Country star Alaina shares emotional tribute to Brett James. Such a light and talent. Country singer Alaina is paying tribute to Brett James after the Grammy-winning songwriter died in a plane crash at the age of 57. On Friday, September 18th, one day after James' death, Alaina took to her Instagram story to share an emotional tribute to the country hitmaker. Devastated to hear this. The first song I wrote after being on American Idol and signing my record deal was with at Brett James songs and at Luke Robert, she wrote. I felt like I was big time because of working with them. It was the perfect introduction to my songwriting story in Nashville, she continued. Brett was such a light and talent. He will be missed. Related, country superstar Lainey Wilson shares priceless reaction to her historic CMA Awards nominations. The song Alaina and James wrote together was Funny Thing About Love, which was released on Alaina's debut studio album Wildflower in 2011. Alaina joins a growing list of country stars, including Carrie Underwood, Tim McGraw, Jason Aldean, Dierks Bentley, and more, who have paid tribute to the legendary songwriter following his passing. Related, country star Darius Rucker reveals much younger girlfriend in sweet Instagram post. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, via WZTV Nashville, James was one of 3 people who died in a plane crash near Franklin, North Carolina, on Thursday, September 18th. James wrote hundreds of songs for artists across genres, but was best known for collaborating with some of country music's biggest stars. He is most famous for writing Underwood's Grammy-winning ballad, Jesus, Take the Wheel, and was inducted to the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2020. James' wife Melody and his stepdaughter Meryl also died in the plane crash. He is survived by his ex-wife Sandra and their 4 children. American Pickers Mike Wolf comforts Tim McGraw after friend's death when the Nashville community learned of Grammy-winning songwriter Brett James' tragic death in a small plane crash at age 57. Tributes began pouring in from some of country music's biggest stars, including Tim McGraw, Carrie Underwood, and even American Pickers host Mike Wolf. Tim McGraw's emotional tribute McGraw, who worked closely with James over the years, shared that his family is heartbroken over the loss. So heartbroken to hear about the passing of Brett James. Brett was one of the most talented and most respected songwriters in Nashville and wrote some of my personal favorite songs I ever recorded, Telluride and Drugs or Jesus. Our family's hearts go out to his family, friends, and everyone who loved him, writes McGraw. Related, 80s music legend dies. Belinda Carlisle and Spandau Ballet's Tony Hadley pay tribute. Wolf, who has become close with McGraw in recent years, appeared in the comments of McGraw's post to quietly share his support. So sorry for your loss, my friend. Red heart, folded hands, Wolf wrote. The simple message resonated with fans, many of whom appreciated seeing the crossover between the American Pickers star and one of country music's biggest names. Carrie Underwood, Rascal Flatts, and more remember Brett James Underwood's tribute was even longer and more personal. She recalled James' generosity in songwriting sessions, his cool factor, and his faith. Some things are just unfathomable. The loss of Brett James to his family, friends, and our music community is too great to put into words. Brett was the epitome of cool. He was a good guy. Brett loved the Lord, which is the only comfort we can hold on to now. Related, Mickey Dolenz honors late Monkees songwriter with powerful new tribute, Still Gets Me. She closed her post with a heartfelt promise. Brett's passing is leaving a hole in all of us. I'm asking all of you to pray for his family, friends, and all of us that were blessed enough to know Brett. Love you, man. I'll see you again someday. Country trio Rascal Flatts wrote, sending our heartfelt condolences to the family of our dear friend Brett James. A brilliant songwriter and amazing man. He was the pen behind Summer Nights, Love You Out Loud, and countless songs we've all sang along to. He will be greatly missed, and their lead singer, Gary Luvox, wrote a lengthy memorial on his personal Instagram. One of the legends of songwriting, an amazing singer, but a better friend passed yesterday. My God, how many prayers for myself and my family are covering Brett James and his family and extended family and friends right now. Brett and I have written at least 15 songs together. Every time was over coffee and what melodies y'all would want to hear. Just kills me. We wrote Summer Nights together, and he wrote another Rascal Flatts song early on that I know y'all like called Love You Out Loud. We're all loving you out loud, BJ. I will miss you and our talks and texts and melodies and laughs. We wrote a lot about where you're standing now. I know it's got to be better than what we tried to come up with. I love you and will miss you. A lasting legacy. James leaves behind an extraordinary catalog of hits, from Underwood's Jesus, Take the Wheel to McGraw's Telluride, and even songs recorded by Taylor Swift, Martina McBride, Kenny Chesney, Kelly Clarkson, and more. His influence spanned decades, and his impact on both artists and fans will not be forgotten. Carrie Underwood issues heartbroken statement after Brett James' death. Country music fans were shocked and saddened this week to learn that beloved songwriter Brett James died in a small plane crash in North Carolina on Thursday, September 18th. James was the genius behind many popular songs, including A Perfectly Good Heart by Taylor Swift and When the Sun Goes Down by Kenny Chesney. He also penned Carrie Underwood's famous tune, Jesus, Take the Wheel. Tributes to James have been pouring in ever since his untimely death, and a little while ago, Underwood shared her own heartbroken reaction on her Instagram page. See Underwood's words about James here. Carrie Underwood's tribute to Brett James. The caption on the series of Instagram photos she shared of the two of them begins with, "Some things are just unfathomable." The loss of Brett James to his family, friends, and our music community is too great to put into words. She continues, Brett was the epitome of cool. I see him in my mind, riding up to my cabins to ride on his motorcycle. His hair, somehow, perfectly coiffed despite being under a helmet for however long. I always loved hearing him sing Cowboy Casanova, because a sassy girl anthem should have sounded ridiculous coming from a macho dude like him. But somehow, he even made that cool. Underwood then reflected on his character, saying, he was a good guy. I remember riding with him on a song that he basically wrote 75% of and had ready when he walked in a room. We filled in the blanks and added a little melody, and I told him after that I didn't feel right splitting the credit evenly when he did most of the work. He wouldn't have it. He insisted that everything be equal. He was just that kind of guy. And then she addressed his faith. Brett loved the Lord, which is the only comfort we can hold on to now. We even had the pleasure of singing together at church. My favorite songs to sing of ours are the ones that he or we wrote about Jesus because the thoughts and feelings behind them are so genuine and pure. I won't ever sing one note of them again without thinking of him. Underwood admitted how heartbroken she is, saying, Brett's passing is leaving a hole in